So what is the one technique that you can help moms to shift the mindset?
One mindset technique that I like to use to help a mother challenge her inner critic and replace that mom guilt narrative with something with self-compassion is essentially I remind her that her worth is not measured by how much she does, that she is inherently worthy even when she's not doing anything, when she is still, when she is at rest.
If a mom just have 5 minutes, and what is the most effective nervous system technique to shift out of fight-flight mode? How to calm their nervous system.
So hands down, breath work. Just breath work. Out of everything that you could do.
So I, growing up, used to think about myself is selfish. My job is to take care of everyone else. So I get all this guilt and stuff when I start to take care, prioritize myself first. But that's not true. Think about it. If you get sick, you're going to get burdened to everyone around you. And that's the same concept, So if by you taking care of yourself, you are creating peace, like letting everyone receiving your overflow, the peace, the beautiful. And when I shift to this mindset, everything else changed. Welcome to the Wisdom Inside Out podcast.
And motherhood. So I just want to share with everyone, how I grew up. So
hey everyone, welcome back to the Wisdom Inside Out podcast. Today I am so thrilled to have another amazing coach with us today. Her name is Sarah McGinnis Chapman, who is a national board certified health and wellbeing coach, whom I connect through LinkedIn because we both are so passionate about empowering moms to prioritize their well-being and find purpose and meaning in every stage of motherhood. Yeah, I love it. I love to break down the details and how you explain the boundary. It's not selfish, it's self-respect, so you need to and it's not what you expect other people to do, it's what you would do. So it's an opportunity for people to see what is the true you. Sometimes I saw, in relationship, people just keep letting it slide, but they hold the resentment, and then it's impacting the relationship in the long term, whether a mother and her parents, or a mother with her partner, just because she kept letting it slide, she didn't set any boundary. Because she avoid that hard conversations, it's building the resentment, and over time, that's a big friction in their relationship. And this is why boundary is to protect that relationship. In order for me this is all I can give. If you keep pushing, or if you keep giving more, then you're going to end up impacting that relationship. So I like it how, and it's very important. We all need that, especially as a parent with the kids, and even with our kids as well. And kids love boundary. The fact that you let them know beforehand and you organize, the defensive mode is not as if you never set a boundary at all. If you say 8 o'clock, no more TV, even though they don't do it, I'm gonna go in and turn off the TV, they will just, they accept it, compared to you never tell them at all, and then you're out of nowhere, you just go and turn off the TV. They're gonna be a bit more resistant, So and then, like you said, it doesn't go anywhere. The problem when you don't set that boundary, it builds up over time and it will explode one day. And it's like from a small problem, it's now going to become a big problem. And this is why boundary is very important to protect the relationship, whether between with your kids, your partner, with your friends. And also, and you sometimes, my friend, I remember there's an argument with another friend because she keeps saying yes to the thing that she didn't want to say yes. And when they have the big argument, all these things came out, and the other friend was like, "Oh, I didn't know this. I thought you were happy to do it." I thought, it's like a candy shop, right? If you open the door and you never put any sign, people would just go in and grab in for free, right? It's a human behavior sometimes. Yes, with people that's really very considerate, they will question, but most people, they want convenience for them as well. So if you treat like you're a candy shop, then you just open the door for everyone will go in and get it, until you start putting a sign that like it's $1 each, or we close at 3 o'clock or whatever. And that's how people can react a certain to that your boundary is that rule that you set about your self-respect. And you will be surprised. You thought you might be losing that connections or respect. You get more respect by you respecting yourself first. By you showing the boundary, you actually get more respect from that, so yeah, we can go on with boundary. I think it's very important because we've been trained like to set boundaries, selfish, and it's failing as a mother. We can't do it all and stuff like that. But we all know, as a mother, especially a mother nowadays, we're working full time and we look after kids, housework, so many things. We need to protect ourselves first. If we don't do that, everything else will be collapsed as well. So it's very important. It's not selfish, it's self-respect and self-compassion as well. So you can't be kind to others if you haven't been kind to ourselves first. So everything have to be start with ourselves. That's how we're role modeling our kids and others. Sarah, moving on to another topic, I really fascinated with so many topics that I'm trying to go through as much as possible so our audience can have a bit of everything to apply in their daily life after this episode. So, and if they want Sarah to come and explain a bit more at a certain point in details, we'll definitely have you back. But at the moment, I just try to rough through a bit of everything so that way they can apply it to their daily life straight away of, what's helped as a mother. So Sarah, I just want to ask about, you have clients like moms to reconnect. I think it's very important about reconnecting to her purpose outside of motherhood, because when you become a mother, you seem to lose your identity. And I think finding your purpose and meaning at the same time is very important, because you are also modeling your kids that I'm doing all this job, but I also have my purpose and meaning as well. And, just to show them the motherhood is not daunting. It's full of aliveness as well. So how do you guide a client, moms, to reconnect to her purpose and meaning in life outside of the motherhood?
Yeah. Well, I think first I just want to share a conversation that I had with a client who came to me for this purpose. She felt lost and she wanted to reconnect with herself after motherhood. And she described it like this. She told me, Sarah, did you know that when flamingos have babies, they lose their pigment? They're not pink anymore. They turn white. And I was just like, I don't know where this conversation is going, but okay. I had no idea that happened to flamingos. And she told me, well, I feel like that right now, Sarah. I feel like my pink is gone. And I know flamingos get their pink back, through their diet. And she, we laughed because, she was saying, oh, I think I watched a little bit too much like Discovery Channel or Animal Planet on TV, but that's how I feel. Like those flamingos get to have their pink back by what they're eating, but I can't find my pink again, and I want my pink. Um, and I just wanted to share that because that just resonated with me too. Because I had to find my pink, my color, that spark again, right? And it's so important for us to reconnect with our purpose outside of motherhood. Because even though, that mother is born when a child is born, we're still us. Our children will leave us. We'll leave the nest, if we want to continue with the bird analogies. Our children will leave the nest. And it can be, I have seen it with the more mature, sage mothers, just devastated when their children become adults and they leave their household. They are so lost in life. And it's like watching their health crumble until they figure out a new purpose in life. But then I have also seen the flip side of mothers who created a purpose outside of motherhood that gave them joy and energy, and their children are trying to keep up with them as adults. Their children are trying to model off of their behavior. And so I've seen just like the dichotomy between the two. And so I know exactly how important it is, because it impacts how we age, how we live our life. Because motherhood, we'll always be a mother to our children, even when our children are adults and have their own children. But they are not as dependent on us. And so we need to have, throughout our entire lives, things that give us joy and energy outside of our children, because that is healthy. That is healthy. And it is just another aspect of replenishing the spirit. It's just another aspect of the circle of life. It reduces resentment. It reduces your regrets. When you look back on your life, when you're 80 years old, you'll say, I'm so glad that I made those decisions and I respected myself and had boundaries and stuck with my values and pursued something that was important to me and that gave me joy. And so how I do this with clients is it's a lot of internal work. It's not easy. And honestly, you do not have to be a mother to do this sort of work. It really lies in life coaching. To find purpose. A lot of life coaches, that's their specialty, right? People come to them to have a more fulfilling life, so that their quality of life and how they age is just full of joy and purpose. And so with my clients, I always start with their values, building that self-awareness. Are they aware of how they're living their life and what is important to them? What are their priorities? What happened in the past that gave them joy and that flow state? Like they could be in that forever and it just gives it so much energy. Before they had children, what was that? And so we explore it. And if they did not have that, then we try to nurture that creative energy, because that's something that everyone has within them, that creative energy to express ourselves in the different ways in life. For me, it was this business, this vocation of health coaching. I get so much joy and energy from it. Serving other women and helping them with the experiences and the knowledge that I've gained over the years. It helps me get my pink back. So, I think that's where I would recommend our listeners who are mothers, if they feel like they are trying to find their spark again, be like the flamingo and get their pink back, like what are they ingesting within their lives that they could nourish to grow that joy and that energy. But yeah, that's essentially where we start. And when it comes to taking action on it, it's really focusing on habits. Because essentially our habits are our values in action. All the things that we do in a day essentially make up who we are. So that's where we start focusing. Once we kind of get the esoteric out of the way, we talk about the values and stuff, what we believe in, then we start talking about, well, are you doing that in your day to day? If you believe that this is important to you, can you share with me what you are doing right now that says that you're doing, walking the talk?
Yeah.
And we go from there.
That's beautiful. I love it. Yes, it's always go back to your value. And I've seen so many mothers that after their kids growing up, they feel lost because they feel like they've got no sense of purpose because they just focus on the kids. And now the kids want their own life as well, and kind of feel rejected because, your purpose was all focused on the kids. Now they want their own meaning and doing their own thing. And they just want, especially some single mom, that the kids like, mom, have a partner or have a boyfriend or whatever, because the mom was just so full on the kids' life. And they was like, I don't know what to do. I lost my sense of identity and purpose and meaning in life. And sometimes, I get them to close their eyes, to go back to their value. Just imagine if you are on your sick bed, if you are dying, what is coming up? What did you wish that you would be doing before you leaving this world? Because for me, it was effective when I gone through my own cancer journey. It wasn't what I was chasing for, which I thought it was important. But it's this regret that I wish that I would do, and now that I feel like I have the second life, like you said, I'm glad I did it. So I shift from regret to inspiring to do the things that I wish I would do. And it's not about the outcome, but it's about you start working on the thing that you are fierce, that you are, stop yourself from doing, knowing that all those things, it means to you. And yeah, that is to find your value. Like sometimes people so get stuck to the present moment. And when you get to fast forward to the end, it's easier to say, oh my God, all this time I really want this, or I didn't live my life to in line with my meaning and purpose. So yeah, so when I get them to imagine the last moment, it was a scary thing, it was frightening thing, but then because it's also come with inspiring to how to live better at the same time. Yeah, thanks, Sarah. As we already exploring how to help moms, and it doesn't have to be moms or anyone finding their purpose and meaning in life. Also, I want to say as well is that for me, from my own experience, from my cancer journey, like I mentioned, it's to find my purpose is when I start to silence all this noise, all these distractions of, the expectation from others. But then because of I know a lot of people don't like to talk about death and stuff, like it's a frightening thing. But unfortunately, we can avoid talking about it if we know anyone. There's no one never experienced death before, but we know it's something that we all can't escape, right? So might as well just accept this truth. It's not just to frighten us. I know our human nature, we want to avoid it, we want to hide or run away from it, but the only thing that we face it is how we can fix it and living our life. The reason I brought up about death is because it's linked with purpose and meaning, the life between the birth and the death. How you make it more meaning when you get to see the full big picture, and the full big picture, it does include the D word, the death. So that's why, and I just want to remind people, because we already talked about this earlier, like, do not attach your worth with your title, your action, because that is going to set ourselves a trap for failure. Our worth should be always be unconditional. Yes, with our behavior, because when we do things for the first time, we're not perfect yet. We seem to make mistake, and we can fix it, and we can change it, we can improve it. Never ever let anyone, telling you that your worth is impact because of that behavior or action. Because by understanding our worth, I think it tie in with the purpose and meaning in life. Because it gives you the strength to walk what is really spark you joy, what is really bring you aliveness. Because if you keep relying on your worth based on external validations or your action and stuff like that, you won't be strong enough to bring that purpose and meaning into your life, because there will be so much noise in this world. Like, there's so much distractions, and it's sometimes you don't know, like, is this really what I want, or this is what the culture wants, or this is what my parents want, or this is what everyone wants? So I know, because you will start question when you start chasing your purpose and meaning, you will see people reaction, and it's so easy for you to fall back to the same old pattern. And this is why you need your sense of self-worth, self-belief, self-trust to keep going on, because this is right for you. And then over time, because to get other people to believe you, you have to believe in yourself first. You have to believe in your value. You have to believe in your worth first. And this is why it's very important. So I just want to remind, for any moms that walk this path, who already walk this path will understand what I'm talking about, or who start walking this path, there will be always people questioning what you are doing and stuff like that to impact your confidence. And you just, if this is really important for you, just keep going and just keep doing, because they will understand later on one day when you start producing the result. They can see when you're happy, when you shine. That's when they start to accept it. But it's always have to come back from you first, because no one, I haven't, with my changing transformation, I don't get anyone, oh yeah, let's do it. There's always people not used to the way you used to be, and they will just tend to throw in this saying or these questions that make you doubt, like, am I doing this right? Is this, am I too bold? No one's really agree with me, or something like that. It's very normal. I'm not sure if you can relate to that. Like, people doesn't agree to when you start walking this path or doing this way. There's what do you keep telling yourself to silence all those noise?
Well, I think the biggest thing is I always choose myself in my own belief. It's funny that you say, I have experienced that before, and sometimes I feel like an old soul. Because even in childhood, and I know everything kind of goes back to how we were raised, but essentially I knew that it was hard work. I knew that life was hard. I would say that I was lucky that I had parents that supported me and gave me everything I needed. But they did not shy away from sharing with me how real life is. And I think that's why, I mean, like to this day, how I operated, things that seem impossible to even manage for some people. I just told myself I can do it. I believe I can do it. And I mean, that's just the bottom line for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, so because when you start doing something really spark your joys or aliveness, you feel that internal warmth. It's a different warmth when you get compliment, but you feel the same thing even though no one support you, but you still feel that energy, that power from within, right? When you start to do something that's really spark your soul. And that's when I encourage people to trust on that feeling when you do something really, give you all these spark and meaning, and don't give up yet, because it's very normal for people to go against it, because they don't see you this way. And when you start changing, people not used to it. So sometimes, people like familiar thing. They want you to be the same, doing things the same. So it's normal for people to have that reaction. And yeah, and the more you keep doing it, you will see that it's okay. You have more compassion with people. They disagree with you. They judge you. It's the reflections from their characters. It got nothing to do with you. It's people see others from their level or from their perspective. So a lot of people seems to tie our worth with other people reaction or other people actions, but their action is reflect of their internal state. It got nothing to do with you. So you will see people that do a lot of work, you will always see that they will give you so much support, so much cheering, because they believing in that power, because they walk that path before already, will keep supporting you. But for people that haven't done the work, it's very normal for them to react at a certain level that they see, It's just like if you start walking up to level 5 and you keep telling people what is happening in level 5, people on level 3, they wouldn't understand. They wouldn't get you, because their experience or their knowledge or their wisdom's only up to level 3. Like they can only see up to level 3. And then when you try to explain about the feeling of level 5, they can't connect it. It doesn't mean because there's something wrong with you or there's something wrong. It's just that there is a different level of understanding of walking that path. So now as we're talking about this, purpose and meaning, and how do we build that, what is the minimum that moms can do to change like strategies to have these healthy habits into their daily life, and building habit is very important, right? A little bit every day, it will produce a big impact, like a drop of water over the rocks or the stone bit by bit every day can create a big hole onto the rocks. So building habit is very important. So how can we help mom to come up with a minimum variable change strategies to at least have one healthy habit into their daily life?
Yes. Well, I feel so compelled to add and piggyback to what we just said, because when you're talking about the people that you surround yourself with, and how their perception, don't take it, literally, and affect your inner self drive. I should have said this before instead of what I said before, but that belief that you choose, to believe in yourself and to stay on that path, an easy way to support moms who want to stay on that specific path, like for instance, they're trying to improve their health, make it sustainable, and there are others around them judging them on, their choices of improving their lives. Well, one easy way is just surround yourself with others who you want to be like, your role models, and change your environment And I'm especially in the business side of things, so like business coaching, performance coaching. I'm sure they speak about you want to surround yourself with the successful people, and there are studies done saying that your abilities and your capabilities change, just it's almost like by osmosis, you know?
Yeah.
So that is just an easy way, that minimum viable change. I would say that's super minimum, because you're surrounding yourself by influences that are on that same path as you, and they're already there, and you're just living your life. So that's one easy way.
Mm.
But another thing that, if we're talking about specifically a strategy that like I would help with a client, Lena, it always goes back to self-awareness.
Yeah.
It always goes back to self-awareness.
Right. Yeah.
Like, how are you going to create that cascade of positive change if you don't know what your motivation is? What's your why? What is your drive? That's where it has to start. That minimum viable change has to start with you have to be self-aware of what your drive is, what your motivators are, and how you take initiative. Because any sort of change that you incorporate in your life, some may be easy, some may be hard, but it all boils down to that. And if you want to then actually create a strategy, once you become self-aware of your why, your motivation, always start with the lowest hanging fruit. You always want to start with the easiest thing that you can do. And when it comes to coaching around health and wellness, I never tell my clients where to start, especially if it's about their challenges and their initiatives and what they're motivated to change. Because telling them that me being the external motivation, that will last not very long. But for them to cultivate that internal motivation, that will be an ongoing life and health journey for them, that they will just grow and snowball into a beautiful thing. And it starts with just starting with building that self-efficacy, that belief in your ability to succeed. So that's the strategy.
That's beautiful. I like it as well. And it's very common when the clients come to you, right? They just want a quick fix. They just want advice. But with coaching, we don't do that.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's like, no, we're just like we're just creating that safe and empowerment, like safe and trust space. And they will come up with their own solution when they feel empowered and, and like I said, anything that come out of them is going to be more sustained. It's not because we didn't have the best method. We can have all these great process, great method, but if it's not coming, it's not right for you, it's just not sustainable. And this is why we don't give answer, because everyone have their own answer already. It's just that after we help you clearing the fears, the doubt, the limiting belief, the wisdom is always there. It won't have that within them already. And this is why a coach, we just need to hold that mirror for them and say, this is your blocks. You just need to move these blocks, and they would know exactly what to do. And that's exactly the same with kids. With my son, it's quicker, it's easier to tell them what to do. You get the result quicker, and then it's also come from you because you feel smart now. But then you're not doing a favor for your kids. It doesn't help them to build their self-trust, their own critical thinking. So I stopped doing that for a long time. Whatever they ask, I just have to make sure I have time, slow down and say. And they know now. They know that whatever they need opinions, they have to come to me with preparing answer, because I'm not going to tell them that. And yes, I will put in my 2 cents opinions later, like in terms of the possibility of challenges they might be facing, because their kids, they're not their brain is not fully developed to see the challenges ahead yet, but they will come up with their solution. So, and that's the especially my son preparing to get into a teenagers, everything in terms of he make decisions. I said, I'm not clipping your wing. You have to do this yourself. I will put in my 2 cents. So they now know whatever question they ask, I always divert it back to them. What do you think we should do? Or how do you feel about it? Or, what have you learned from it? And yes, if they say, I want to go to a party on exam on Monday and, Sunday, that party day was just one day before the exam, well, just, I would love you to have fun and all this stuff, but and then I will ask them, what is your plan? You've just thrown in all these challenges that because kids only look out for the reward. They didn't see the consequence after that. And we just ask to help them to, okay, this is the possibility of consequence. So now they see the consequence, then now they start to make another plan. Okay, if this happened, what are you going to do? And this is the way of, I feel the same with clients, because I learn all these skills from my coaching skills. Like I coach my kids, coach the client is about, and when anything coming out of them, they wanna maintain, because it's more stick, right? It's more stronger because it's coming out of their idea, their method, and that's the hanging fruit, the close hanging fruit that they see. And it's not coming out from you. It's coming out from you. It might not be their close hanging fruit. It's not the way of them doing things. So I totally agree with that. It's just like, you just have to coach them to find their own answer, because the answer is already within them, and if we help them to park some, distraction enough, they clearly can see that, and they feel more empowered too by them finding their own answer. And this is where all the kids and the clients getting all their confidence from. It's not because we tell them what to do. I'm sure before they come to us, they have tried many ways. I'm sure people give them a lot of advice, but the best advice have to be them seeing their own solutions and finding their own answer. So yeah, I really like that. And as our time is very limited, I'm just gonna try to speed it through to as a mother as well, like understanding our hormone, our health, especially women like from maybe 35 over, or even like after we gave birth, our bodies change, our hormones change. I want, and especially just specialize in this woman health, integrative, like what does an integrative woman health approach mean for a mother's energy, like with sleep and hormone and stuff like that? Like explain from your expertise of your from your wellness and from your coach wellness and your knowledge, and also how is it help with the mother to understand about their body and their health well-being better as well.
Yes. So I guess I'll go into the schoolings that have influenced my coaching. The first coaching school that I went to was, I guess you can call it like the eye-opener, the almost general holistic coaching path of the Integrative Institute of Nutrition. They just opened my eyes to the different modalities. So how like functional medicine, energy work, traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, manipulating the environment around you, how the environment affects your health. So it could be clutter or toxins, that spectrum of the environment, different eating patterns. So that's where like the nutrition aspect comes in. Well, actually all of this is what you give to your body, how you nourish your body in different ways. So that's that. And then the biggest influence with the school, the Integrative Women's Health Institute, that is where I spend a lot of the time of supporting, in that context of the mom's energy and sleep and hormone balance. That is from a functional medicine framework. So essentially it's like a root cause approach that focuses on why the body is dysfunctional. And they're very big on, don't focus on the diagnosis and the symptoms, focus on the root cause, that individualistic sort of approach. And they, as in functional medicine world, they're very big on lifestyle intervention first. So health and wellness coaching is very much in that niche because we are in that lifestyle intervention. And so when I come in with that background and knowledge, that I'm so grateful that school taught me, because it's very specific to women's health, going from our menstrual cycle, understanding the health, how we feed ourselves, our stress cycle, so how our body and mind and even our gut, our gut is like our third kind of hub, how they all interplay, how it all affects us, and how we function. And so it's really specific to women's health, and it goes really into like, how do our emotional needs differ than men? Well, we need a lot more connection to feel safe. How are our minds wired differently from men? Well, we run on so many different cycles compared to men. It's not just our circadian rhythm, how we wake up and go to sleep, our menstrual cycle, and then when we hit pregnancy, perimenopause, and menopause, all of that is where that lifestyle intervention could be powerful. So how we sleep, how we handle stress, how we manipulate and integrate with the environment, movement, nutrition. Yeah, that's where it all goes into.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I didn't know all this before too, like, because I start notice my change in my hormones and stuff when I was like, after I had my first son, which is around 35, like that's when it's the perimenopause start, and things that used to work, things that you used to do, it doesn't work anymore. And that's when I noticed like my body is getting more damaged, the stress that I used to put on my body. And yeah, so understanding, or especially I didn't know about our cycle, like, like when you need to rest more, when you need to do all the important tasks after you have your period. It's like I learned it all the hard way. Like,
Yeah.
But this is why I look at challenge differently now. It's just something to it's a nudge for me to redirect. It's not something to come to attack me. I look at life challenging. It's just like as something to give me a reminder. Hey, you go off on the wrong directions, and you need to check on something. And yes, every time I experience challenges, I find a direction back to help myself, to free myself, to love myself more, to take care of myself more. So yeah, now looking at challenges is different. Instead of, oh, this is gonna attack me, now I'm looking, okay, this is another level of I'm going to improve myself now after this challenge. So yeah, Sarah, I wonder, what is the most powerful mindset strategy to help mom navigating transitions in life? Like for me, the biggest transition is like from a single, or just from a person, just a couple married with husband, and then transitions to become a mother, and then 2 kids, and then you juggle between work and your kids. I think I was struggling, especially with my son. I think it's impacted my relationship with my husband, and my mental health. Like I said, I wasn't prepared of the mother, of becoming. I didn't know of what to be a mother. So I'm not just talking about the transition in mother, but how do we help mothers in terms of mindset shifting when we navigate transitions in life? Because we all know in life it's impossible to avoid change, right? And this is come down to resilience and stuff. But what is the most powerful in your coaching that help mindset strategy to help mom navigate transitions in with grace, with compassion?
Yeah. So I actually love this question because I would probably say that I specialize in change. Or maybe I think coaching, we are the facilitators of creating space for change.
Mm.
So I love talking about it. And if it wasn't so difficult, we probably wouldn't be um, talking about this subject of change. So when it comes to mindset, just a reminder, I see the mindset as like your inner operating system, how you perceive what your values, beliefs, thoughts are that influence your thoughts and actions. Well, when it comes to change, I think the biggest and most powerful coaching strategy that I have is let's focus on what makes it so hard, which is the resistance.
Mm.
Change is not change without the discomfort, that feeling of being uncomfortable, stretching yourself past what you thought you could achieve or do, that capability. So for me, I think the most powerful thing that I can help for a mom in the space that we have is to explore and embrace the resistance and not avoid it. Because that in itself, that's the change, right? The resistance is the change. And so when, change would be so easy. People would never shy away from change if there was no resistance. And so with that, what I mean by let's explore and embrace it, we're going to do, we'll express ourselves. We'll talk about our fears, our, what's holding you back, creating that space for yourself, but also exploring those limiting beliefs, that story like, oh, but I can't do it. I can't move over there. It's because it's this. Well, okay, well, let's talk about that. Let's explore the what ifs. Let's reframe. Let's go over pros and cons, explore the entire scenario and sit in that resistance, sit in that discomfort. But I think that's part of the most powerful thing that you can do that will that will affect your ability to go through this process or transition with grace.
Totally agree with you. Like as what we do in the coach, we specialize in the closing the gap between A to B, right? And that's the transitions, and that I think, and change itself, we all know it's not hard without the resistance, right? So because whether you want a muscle or we all know the growth process is never comfortable, or else you wouldn't call it growing, you wouldn't call it stretching, right? If you want muscle, you cannot do it without going to the gym, right? And this applies for everything because we're stretching, we're growing. That's the normal process. But I think sometimes people get confused when they want something, but they still attach to their old self, and it's impossible to grow. When you are growing, you need to let go of that self that you used to attach to become a new version. And that's what a lot of people will struggle. They want to be like this, but they're not ready to let go of this person that keep you only at this level. And then you need to think you can only choose one. If you choose to be attached to this same version, then you're not going to be able to get it to the person that you're becoming. So yes, it's not a really fun process. But if you look at it later, I enjoy growing now. Look at it, it's a fun process. But it does feel like a little bit sad of you losing something. Yes, you are, because you're losing your old identity, that old version of you. And that's why you feel a little bit sad. But you have to keep focus on the new version of you, of becoming that person. So you can't keep dragging this old version of you with you to the new version of you. It doesn't work like that. You need to let go of the old version of you, and this is why a lot of people were struggling, because they resist and they want to be the same thing as what they used to. then you're not going to be the new version if you keep stuck to that version. And this is why it's also sad too, because you have to let go of that identity, that version that you used to attach to become a new version. And it's very normal. You feel like you're losing at first, because yes, you are losing your old identity, but there is a bigger and better thing for you in the future. So it's not like the beginning of growth, you always feel like you lose something, and it's not because you are failing, because people get confused. Oh, I feel like I'm losing at the beginning, and they start judging themselves that they're not good enough, or something like that. And this is why a lot of people doesn't like change, because they didn't feel like they're winning from the first time. But no, you will always feel like you're losing at first, because you're losing that identity, and then you becoming a person. So when you start shifting and seeing that exciting for the person that you are becoming, you feel better, knowing that, oh, I'm actually stretching, I'm actually growing. So comfortable now, I used to attach to comfortable, but now look at comfortable. When you are actually feeling comfortable, you're actually not growing, you're actually shrinking. So, and yeah, so moving on to the next question, Sarah, like, what can we give mom a simple homework, like exercise, like, touching on three, like what is the daily thing that they can do to, like they can improve in terms of their daily, what they do every day, like what kind of homework or assignments that they can do to improve their daily, or in terms of mindset or shifting in these transitions. Is there any homework that you can recommend them to do, or exercise to improve navigating change and transitions? And what would that be?
Yeah. So it's something that we already spoke about before. I forget which question, but I would say it's the doing nothing for, let's just say, 3 minutes, because that seems to be realistic. Do nothing for 3 minutes. So no phones, nothing to distract your thoughts, or nothing to distract, your emotions with your hands. Just sitting and being present. And I already said before that it can be very uncomfortable. I say this, that it is an amazing way to start those easy habits of accepting rest as something that is a need. And rest means that you're not on your phone, laying down, scrolling. You need to rest your mind. You need to rest your emotions. And getting stimulated by something is not resting. So that will be my homework. Tell a mom every day, just try and find, if every day seems so overwhelming, let's just try one day this week. Do an experiment, set an alarm for 3 minutes, and just sit there and just breathe and do nothing.
I know it sounds, a lot of people, they don't understand how powerful it is just to breathe. But talk to me a little bit about being present, because I thought before, being present is mean as long I'm awake, as long I'm spending time with my kids or with people, but my mind was like, thinking about work, thinking about the cooking, that is not presence. Like presence is hard. I feel like it's hard. Like if you haven't been trained, it's hard to be present to the people in front of you. Talk to me a little bit, like how do they know? Because sometimes I just want to highlight people who are function with autopilot. We function from our own patterns, and we think that is presence, but really we get used to the way we're doing things. We just replaying our old memories, right? It's just I remember this. I was reading this research. They were saying that this violin, this I think a guitar or someone playing the violin, and they were putting this person at the train station, and she is a famous wireless, like that her tickets always sold out. And I'm not sure if you heard this before, but usually they have a normal people that play at the train station, but today they're doing the research by changing this world, like a world famous wireless, to play over there for 4 hours at the train station, and his tickets always sold out, like, and so their music was playing different level between a student playing at the train station and these well-known wireless people playing at the train station. He was playing for 4 hours. Literally only 2 people come up to him and recognize him. The rest, everyone thought it was just the same usual student that used to play there before. They can't tell the difference. And this is the point that I'm trying to say, is that when you're present, you notice the difference. But when you're not present, you're just assuming that everything is the same as the setting, as the way it is, because we're just on that autopilot going home, thinking, oh yeah, there's always someone playing there, without realizing that, oh, it's actually a different people just because someone. So that's the difference about the presence. I would love to hear for you to help mom to understand a little bit more, because if you asked me in the past, I didn't understand that deeply before, because I thought as long as you and me together, that's present, but my mind was fully occupied with a lot of things that I didn't hear what you say clearly, and I project all my thinking and everything onto this person, not exactly what she told me. So can you explain or talk to me a little bit more to help mom to understand what is being present mean?
Yes. I'm so glad that you asked for me to clarify, because once you understand it, then you're in that realm and you understand, how to cultivate it. And while you set up this question, I was thinking in my mind of how best to explain this. Well, let's do it through action. Let's do it through a scenario of a mother and her child. You want to be present for your child, right? Well, how do we be present for our child? Let's set this example. I think one of the easiest ways is through a conversation. What's an example of being present in a conversation? You're an active listener. You are noticing the body language. You are noticing the energy of the child. You are fully present, in which you can respond back and reflect, essentially summarize or reflect what your child is saying. So you are able to connect the whole picture with that response. That's being present. So let's say, for example, I'm having a conversation with my eldest, and his shoulders are kind of down. His backpack is kind of trailing off of one shoulder. He's not making eye contact. And we start talking about his day. And usually he's like, it's fine. His tone is down. Well, when we're present, we're able to notice his energy, the way the backpack is slipping, the tone of his voice. If you were not present, you will just hear, it was fine. And you'll say, oh, you had an okay day. That's great. I'm glad, move on. That's not being present. And that's just an example with your child. And I think one of the biggest distractors in our lives, outside the stress, it's all of the stimulation that we receive, that we accept, like our phone. We get all these distractions everywhere, and it detracts from us being present. That's why I believe it's so important for us to learn how to do nothing, because that's the foundation. When we know how to do nothing, we're able to learn how to filter out and focus on what's important. And I know every mother wants to, every parent, every person wants to have deep connection with another individual. And presence, being present, is, I would say, the foundation of that. It's communicating with the whole picture.
Yeah, It's so powerful. You solve so much problem, and like you said, you're sharing the story with your son. Like I solve problem a lot of when you become more present. Just by the time your son walk into the house, putting their bag down, you can know because of that observing of all the little detail, that undivided attention. You just focus on what in front of you. That means your cup is clear. Because if your cup is not clear, you cannot focus on what the outside, right? So that's mean that you fully focus on the person and things in front of you, and that's mean you can see that, oh, the way he putting his jacket down, the way he talk, he's like, all this annoying energy, and you can sense everything about that. So just by being present, you get all this so much information, and you solve the problem a lot easier. And yeah, you can tell, like, by your kids, by the time they get in the house, putting their bag down, take off their jacket, you can kind of sense they're having a good day or bad day at school. So and it's so powerful when you practice that skill. And I want to remind people, when they try to be doing nothing, think of the story I share about the woodcutter, right? It's not because you're wasting time and energy. It's so powerful. When you're doing nothing, you train yourself to observe and understand so much things. So it's very effective. Just because we are not busy, it doesn't mean it's unproductive. So yeah, because a lot of people have that misunderstanding that when you keep that busyness is success, it's important, but it's not. So coming to the last questions, I really enjoy our conversation, and this question I ask all my guests as well. So it's my signature questions. Like, Sarah, if you can leave one piece of advice for our younger generation or our generations, what would that be and why?
For the younger generation, my advice to you is fail as much as you can when you're able to, when the risks are low and you have a support net, a safety net underneath you that will catch you when you fail. Mm-hmm. And don't go the easy way. When you're young, explore the hard way. That is, the path that seems really intimidating, the path that everyone is avoiding. I really believe that path that you choose, if you choose the hard way, when you choose it, it will give you so much growth, so much change in your perspective, that, like, no matter what it is, you come out of it a more integrated, more empathetic, understanding person. Like when you go through hardship and you choose it. And a lot of it is change, like you choose to change, you choose to grow. So I say failure. For some people, it's not failure. It's just you didn't get what you want, Yeah, that's what my advice would be.
I love it. I totally agree with you. Like, I know some moms probably doesn't like this, but that's how you build resilience. And like when you tell them, like, I don't want my kids to be success at a young age. I want them to fail as much as possible because they have me to help them to look at things, to reframe, and so their journey is not as scary. And I'd rather them fail as much than when they get older than fail. It's a lot more severe, right? Because the task is much more bigger. And this is why I want to remind parents out there that focus on characters first. When the kids are young, focus on characters. The credential will follow. Because I used to make that mistake. Like, I was so focused on credential, and then when your kids is not ready, when their resilient is not ready, they can't handle big tasks. Or some people they might handle, but maybe after the age of 30 or 40, they will collapse eventually if your root is not strong. And this is why a lot of people get depressions. Like I share with you, like a client that, his wife shared that he was so successful at work and everything, and is in his 40s, but he's commit suicide because it will bottle up eventually. So you want to make sure, as a parent, our greatest gift to the kids is to train them to be resilient, to regulate their emotions. Because unfortunately, as much as we don't want our kids to experience any challenges in life, it's impossible. And this is why we need to let them look at all these challenges as a normal thing. So that way, when they see it, they just keep going. They don't run away from it, because human nature, when something hard, we'd like to run away or avoiding it. And yeah, and that is, I asked my son, do you want to be the 99% of people, or you want to be that 1% of people? So you know what to do. Like, if you respond, oh, I don't want to do this, that's the 99%. A lot of people see problem, but great people, how do they combat with this problem? How do they come with solutions to solve this problem? And yeah, so I totally agree with you. I know some moms probably doesn't really like this when you tell them to
Yeah.
just but trust me, this is where the resilience come from. You want them to be success and happy internal as well. There's so many people, they get all this success on the outside, it looks strong and sturdy, but internal they are collapsing. You don't want that. You don't want them to walk that life. And that's why building their resilience, their internal state with us is very important. Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah. Do you have anything else to add before we end these conversations? I really, really enjoy our time together. We'll definitely have you back and discuss about deeper angle of moms
Yeah.
and parents.
I loved our conversation too. There are so many times where I wish we could just continue the conversation and get more specific. Like even when you just said like, oh, there are some mothers out there that would disagree or be very uncomfortable about letting their children fail and experience hardship. I'm like, that is an episode in itself. Let's explore, why those mothers feel so uncomfortable with that. But no, just thank you so much. I really hope the listeners were able to glean some really effective strategies and just perspectives that will help them down the road.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the Wisdom Inside Out. Stay tuned. Please follow me on this social media platform.